Drake wins big as the host of the ESPYs.
Learn more about the new Avengers movie.
And we get into the studio with music producer Jukebox.
You're watching The Drop.
What's up? I'm Cynthia LuCiette.
And I'm J.Snow. So Drake hosted the 2014 ESPY Awards, and I gotta say he did a really good job.
He did an amazing job. I feel like the audience wasn't giving him enough feedback. Like they were kind of like...
They didn't know. You know, he was kind of corny at some parts.
At some parts he was a little corny, but at the same time, like, that's Drake, you know? And he did a good job. I like the Skylar Diggins thing. I felt like it was a little too long, but other than that, he had some solid bits.
The Blake versus Drake bit was hilarious.
It was.
And I really like the fact that Chris Brown was, you know, he made a cameo on the skit. I think they should have saved the whole picture reveal of them in the studio for this. If this reveal was the first one, it would have been so dope. That
would have been so cool because everybody would have been like, hold up, they're not beefing anymore, they're cool, and they've been on the ESPYs. It would have been trending like crazy on Twitter. I do feel like somewhere Rihanna's feeling really sick because you never want to see two guys you're with be that friendly with each other. Like, yeah, okay, they're one step away from taking selfies with the hashtag besties.
She did this to herself though. So,
she did this to herself and them.
These hoes ain't loyal.
Hey, where my nerds at? Let's talk about Avengers 2 Age of Ultron. We actually got to see the sneak peek of how Ultron's gonna look in the movie on Entertainment Weekly.
And he looks so dope. And then they reveal some of the plot details in the issue that comes out on June 25th. Like Tony Stark actually built Ultron, unlike the comics where he was created by Ant-Man.
Yeah, the whole plot line is like Tony Stark creates this robot army called the Iron Legion. There's like a whole bunch of little Iron Men running around. But they don't have any human core, they're just artificial intelligence. But Tony Stark tries to give them some of his personality traits, and they say that Ultron gets his cynicism and not
his sympathy.
It's weird, like I feel like, oh, okay, he created them and they're this robot army. I don't know. I like when comes from outer space and the Avengers have to fight them.
That's such a better plot.
So Cameron is back. It's set. He's back. Don't
every
laugh.
time you say it, it's like a punchline to me. Cameron is Cameron is back. You know?
Check out his new video.
You would call your baby up. I've been about cash money. I'ma call baby up.
Video was shot on green screen, clearly.
Nicki Minaj looks like her wardrobe was a bigger budget than this video.
In her hair.
Yeah, like Nicki's wig probably cost more than they spent on.
Right. Where's the natural look at? She kind of got rid of it. Put the wig back on.
She was a blonde. She wasn't too cartoon craziness. But I like Cameron as a rapper, and I hope he gets with the times. I mean, it's dope that he reached out to Nicki for a collab, and she did it. New York Pride, all that.
Something with him and Jewels again, you know?
Yeah, let's make it happen. Let's just be a little more current. Yeah, Dipset, what? Dipset, G-Unit, they all making a comeback.
Right.
What's good, everybody? My name is Jukebox, and welcome to The Lobby. The Lobby is my studio that I built and created here in Studio City. And basically, it kind of just steered from a joke. Just coming up with the name, just a conversation with a couple of my friends, and we were just talking about, you know, this area in Studio City. And this is basically the starting ground for a lot of artists, actors, actresses, dancers, all that stuff. So, you know, we were just saying this is basically the lobby to Hollywood. You know, before you really get into Hollywood, the first artist that really set me off was Will Smith. I was 16 years old. I was in his brand new built studio that I didn't realize was his at the time. And I was in there working on some beats, you know, and Will Smith just walked in the room out of nowhere. And I was just kind of like, oh, shit, you're Will Smith. Next thing you know, did a whole album. I started making beats on the desk, ended up coming up on a little drum set from my uncles. It just comes whatever feels natural. You know, it can start with drums, it can start with some keys, this, that, and the third, or, I mean, most times for me, it's just coming from a random noise. I've been working with a lot of new artists. I like to take on new projects that aren't in the hands and grasp of, you know, the label per se, and I can kind of really put my stamp on them, you know, because when you come to the lobby, you get everything you need, you know what I mean? You learn everything you need to learn, and then you get out to the world, and you just get out there and be somebody.
All right, now it's time for Ask the Drop.
Right. Our first question comes from Jay Hit 'em Up 95, and he asks, Cynthia, can we get married in Ohio? And also, J.Snow, how's it to be in the friend zone?
Yeah, we can get married in Ohio if LeBron James is the priest.
Weird. How's it to be in the friend zone? I wouldn't know, to tell you the truth.
Yeah, I'm sure you've been in friend zone.
No, I wouldn't know. Not unless I wanted to be, not unless I put myself in the friend zone.
Okay. Spencer Herrard said, ask the drop, what do you think of the Kim Kardashian app to make over $85 million? P.S. Love you, Cynthia. Love you too. Hey, Spencer.
I think that's way too much money for a Kim Kardashian app.
It is.
This is why she's staying relevant. This is why she's buying Kanye Lambos. Because dumb
Last question comes from Prince Mays. They said, I need more Cynthia. Of course, everybody does. He said, ask the drop, Cynthia and Mr. Freeze. If you guys were singers and had the chance to choose between MMG or YMCMB, where would you go? Probably MMG. I feel like they give you a lot of creative freedom, but they still put their artists out. Like Rick Ross is good at putting artists out.
Who the f is Mr. Freeze?
You.
No. What the f? No.
That's kind of tight. He gave you a nickname. Be appreciative. You're so ungrateful.
I don't need a nickname. My name is already Snow. What the f do I need a nickname for? No, keep Mr. Freeze in Batman comic books.
If you have a question for us, make sure you use the hashtag #AskTheDrop and drop it in the comments below.
And do you think Drake did a good job at the ESPYs? Let us know in the comments below.
Make sure you subscribe to All Deaf Digital. I'm Cynthia LuCiette.
And I'm J.Snow. And I'm J.Snow. And I'm J.Snow. See you tomorrow on the drop.